Hey guys, welcome back to the video. Today I have the refreshed 2023 Chevy Blazer, and let's go ahead and take a look and see exactly what changed. So at first glance, you might actually confuse this vehicle for the pre-refresh Blazer, as Chevy did not do a whole lot to the exterior design, but they did tweak a few options and features as well as the exterior design, as you can tell. So the Blazer itself has been out since the 2019 model year, so this is the 5th model year in production and the first for the refresh Blazer like I mentioned. Now the Blazer sits on a platform very similar to that of the Traverse, just on a slightly smaller scale. So that means it offers the 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine as an option, as well as all-wheel drive, and kind of sits between the Equinox and the Traverse in terms of overall size and space. Now over the years, Chevy has kind of consolidated the Blazer's lineup into just a few trim levels. So for 2023, it offers 4 trim levels: 2LT, 3LT, Premier, and RS. Now the Blazer next to me is a 3LT all-wheel drive Blazer with the Midnight Sport Appearance Package, as well as the V6, which is optional on 3LT and Premier trim levels, which brings the overall MSRP of this vehicle to just over $44,000. So with all this information in mind, let's not waste any more time and take a look at what the Blazer 3LT has to offer. Now the Blazer in front of us is finished in the red hot exterior color with the jet black leather interior. Now this color doesn't have a lot of metallic flake, it's just an overall a very bright cherry red color. If you do want cloth interior on the Blazers, you're gonna have to opt for the 2LT trim level, as the 3LT and higher all come standard with leather. But like I mentioned in the introduction of this video, the Sport Appearance or Midnight Appearance Package is going to give you a lot of the gloss black accents found on this vehicle. So you're gonna have the black bow ties, the gloss black grille, gloss black wheels, mirror caps, as well as gloss black badging on this vehicle, all a part of that appearance package. But starting up front of this Blazer, you're going to find the new refresh front end with new bumper design, new grille design, and new lighting designs, both front and rear. Overall, it looks very similar to the pre-refresh Blazer, just gives it a new updated look. Up top, you'll still find your LED daytime running lights and LED turn signals, with LED projector headlights down below with some chrome accents inside the housing. Silver accented molding on the bottom of the bumper. You do have your nice gloss black grille that kind of contrasts against this cherry red paint. Overall, it looks very sharp and could be confused with the RS trim level I could see. Now, all 2LT and 3LT Blazers are going to come with the matte black cladding on the bottom of the vehicle, whereas the Premier and the RS are either going to have gloss black or body color. Coming to the wheels and tires, these are your Sport Appearance wheels like I mentioned. They're wrapped in 235, 65, 18-inch Continental Cross Contact all-season tires. There's your gloss black mirror caps as part of that appearance package, along with your gloss black badging. They do have LED turn signals in the side. The driver's side and interior one are auto dimming and does have blind spot detection. Proximity entry on all 4 door handles. And there you can see a lot of your gloss black accents that contrast against the paint color. Overall, it does look very sharp in any of these lighter colors that'll contrast. Out back, you're gonna find your redesigned taillights. So these are full LED in nature and kind of lose some of the aggressive angles that the pre-refresh had. But overall, there is a lot of 3-dimensional shapes inside, and they do look very sharp, especially when lit up. Your rear bumper is going to be slightly different. It has silver accents on the bottom, dual outlet exhaust. There's your black badging and bow tie as seen on this particular vehicle. Overall, I do think the taillights gave it a nice 3-dimensional look in the pre-refresh. So you kind of lose a little bit of that in this one, but it is still a very sharp looking vehicle on the exterior. And overall, to the untrained eye, you might kind of confuse this with the pre-refresh models unless you had them side by side, which I will try to find one here and show you guys what it looks like side by side. But overall, still a very sharp looking vehicle that is very aggressive in nature. So stepping on the inside, there's going to be a few updates to the interior as well. Overall, soft touch door panel, kind of a rubberized texture up top, softly padded armrest with some contrast white stitching, power windows, mirrors, and locks. There's some of your silver accent trim that kind of matches the outside. Power liftgate with programmable height. Power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar and some of your white contrast stitching. So immediately you're greeted to the same overall gauge cluster that I found in the pre-refresh model. So here on the 3LT, you have a 4.2-inch color display in the middle that is controlled on the right side of the steering wheel here. Displays overall your necessary information, vehicle settings, and you can put a few options from the infotainment on there as well. Leather wrap steering wheel, some of that white accent stitching, as well as chrome accents. Regular cruise control on this 3LT because it does not have the optional package with the adaptive cruise control and a bunch of other features as well. But it does come standard with collision avoidance assist, so you can set gaps right there. Automatic high beam assist, regular wipers. There's your automatic headlight control, electronic parking brake. And coming over to the infotainment system, this is one of the big updates for all 2023 Blazers, and that is the 10.2-inch HD touchscreen. Now immediately when I got inside this vehicle, one thing that kind of threw me off here was the fact that because the screen is larger, it was formerly an 8-inch screen, it's now 10.2 like I said, kind of dropped in from the Tahoe and Suburbans, is that they kind of redesigned this whole panel around it. And as you can see, it kind of blocks off the stop-start button just a little bit in the way it kind of overlaps the button there. So depending on what angle you're coming at, your hand might kind of contact this, especially if you're in a rush. So yeah, the way they kind of integrated that is a little bit odd, but I guess they kind of worked with the space they had and kept it simple. But yeah, overall, this is a new infotainment system for the Blazer. As you can see, it retains a lot of the similar design as before. It is HD screen, like I said, so you can access all your climate controls. Everything that you would be able to access before has Sirius XM, Wi-Fi hotspot, wireless Android Auto, wireless Apple CarPlay, all the stuff that you've known for GM this infotainment system has. It does not have Google integration, unfortunately, like the Tahoe and Suburbans, but there is optional built-in navigation that this one does not have. Hard touch buttons remain just below the screen. Here's your stop start off button as well as your hazard button. Glove box release and trash control off, kind of redesigned once again on either side of that infotainment system. Down below you'll find your same hard touch buttons for the climate controls, heated front seats, dual zone automatic climate control up front, USB-C and USB-A data ports. There's your leather accent around the center console as well as your leather wrapped shift knob. Behind all that, because this one is all-wheel drive, it has some more modes here on the dial. So to engage all-wheel drive, simply turn the dial just like that. Overall, you have sport mode, off-road mode, and tow haul mode here on this all-wheel drive. Here's your parking sensor off, lane keeping assist. Here's your proximity key fob. It does have remote start on the key fob as well as your power liftgate release. Just some extra storage up here, but this is usually where your wireless charging pad would be found if it was optioned. Nice leather wrapped center console here with some stitching. Inside you do have a 12-volt port. No USB ports inside because this one does not have the optional package like I mentioned, which includes a lot of extra benefits. Light colored headliner, LED lighting around the vanity lights, auto dimming interior rearview mirror, OnStar passenger airbag, interior LED lighting, 3 garage home links, as well as a sunglasses holder, which is nice to have. But yeah, overall the front of the Blazer is fairly nice. It does have a leather wrapped or leather-esque wrapped dash, all soft touch up there, which gives it a nice premium feel here in the front seat. So let's go ahead and check out the back seat, see what it gives you. So here in the back seat, most of the materials are going to fall through on the door panel. So you have hard touch up top, but you do have soft touch armrest. Silver accented door handle pull like the front. Back seats do recline via this handle on the sides. The step in height is very easy on the Blazer. 2 mat pockets on either of the front seats. Rear AC vents and 2 USB charging ports. This does not have the 120 outlet like you'd find within that package like I keep mentioning that has a lot of features for the 3LT. Does have a center armrest with 2 cup holders. I think this is kind of a newer design. It seems like it anyway, but overall, nice to have a armrest. And there's no lighting up here in the middle of the roof as all the lighting is here on the sides near the handle. So that is something to note. that either side does have illumination on the handles. But yeah, overall a very spacious second row here in the Blazer. If you don't need a third row vehicle, but want something that kind of has the powertrain of the Traverse, the Blazer is definitely a vehicle to consider. So taking a look at the trunk space, speaking of overall cargo space, see this one does have the power lift gate. And you're gonna find quite a bit of room behind the second row seats here in the Blazer. You have LED lighting on either side of the Blazer, which seems like an update to me. I don't recall that being there before. You have two little retractable hooks. Your release for the second row seat backs to fold the seats down. Spare tire with jack accessory and some storage space around the exterior. Look at how deep that is back there. Overall, quite a bit of storage space underneath the floor here in the Blazer. But yeah, overall, very usable cargo space in the hatch area of the Blazer. So wrapping it up here on the passenger front seat, you're going to find a power passenger front seat with no lumbar adjustment. Glove box is power release. No lighting inside that I can see. But yeah, overall a very similar design on the interior with just a few updates versus the pre-refresh. So let's go ahead and take a look under the hood and we'll wrap up this video. So under the hood of this Blazer is the optional 3.6 liter naturally aspirated V6 engine that puts out 308 horsepower and 270 pound-feet of torque through all four wheels, because this one is optioned with all-wheel drive, although front-wheel drive is available. Now all Blazers are going to come standard with the 2-liter turbocharged engine, except the RS trim, which comes standard with the V6. However, the 3LT and Premier trim levels can option the 3.6 liter V6 for $500 extra. So keep that in mind if you're looking at the Blazers, that the 2LT does not have the V6 available, only the 2-liter turbo, while the 3LT, Premier, and RS either have optional or standard V6 powertrains. So before we close out this video, I want to mention a few more details in terms of the trim levels and options overall here on the Blazer. Now, like I mentioned, this one is an option with the Sport Appearance package as well as the V6 engine, and is missing the Sound and Technology package that is available on the 3LT for $2,435, which includes a lot of additional equipment. So in terms of that additional equipment, this package includes adaptive cruise control, enhanced automatic emergency braking, the Infotainment 3 premium system with built-in navigation, Bose premium audio system, 2 USB data ports and SD card reader in the center console like I mentioned, HD surround vision camera system, rear camera mirror, wireless phone charging, and the 120 volt outlet in the rear seat. And to touch on adaptive cruise control really quickly, you can get the 2LT or the base model Blazer with an optional package to include adaptive cruise control. So that is nice of Chevy to do that. Where unlike the Tahoe and Suburban, you have to get at least a Premier trim level to get adaptive cruise control at all. So I think that's nice to see that Chevy is including adaptive cruise control, at least as an option on the base trim level. And overall, I think the Sound and Technology package for $2,400 here on the 3LT trim level is a good value. It gives you a lot of the options that are either standard or optional on the Premier and RS. For a little bit lower price point. Obviously, it's not going to include everything like the ventilated front seats and a couple other items here on the interior, but it gives you a lot of the options that are available on those trim levels. So overall, to save a little bit of money and get a vehicle relatively close to those, I think is a good value overall. And just to give you an idea in terms of pricing for a fully loaded 3LT V6 all-wheel drive, it's going to come in just under $47,000, including destination, excluding all the optional accessory packages, just the main option packages. So right at $47,000 compared to a Premier and RS that are going to be more around that $50,000 to $51,000 price point. But overall, my thoughts on the Blazers, I think it's a solid vehicle which offers the Traverse's powertrain in a slightly smaller vehicle overall. It still offers good towing, up to 4,500 pounds here with the V6, or I think just over 3,500 pounds with the 2-liter turbo. So if you're looking for a vehicle that can tow a little bit of extra weight around town or small distances or anything like that, I think the Blazer is a nice solid choice, especially if you do not need the third row seating. So let me know down in the comment section below what you guys think of the refresh Blazer. Hopefully I can get some other trim levels of this refresh here shortly. I think they did more changes on the upper trim levels than they did here in the lower trim levels. But like I said, that new infotainment system is definitely a nice upgrade. Larger screens in general are just easy to read while you're moving. So I appreciate Chevy doing that. But overall, a lot of the parts are going to be the same between the pre-refresh. So if you guys enjoyed this video or found it helpful, please hit that like button. It greatly helps out these videos and the channel. If you guys are not subscribed, make sure to hit that subscribe button and check out some of their content available. I have other Chevy walk-around videos, Hyundai walk-arounds, and just overall a lot of other automotive-related content. So make sure to check that out if you're interested. So if you currently own this generation Blazer, leave a comment down below. Let me know how reliable it has been and overall how your ownership experience has been. And if you're currently looking at one, let me know what your thoughts are versus the competition. I'm always interested to hear what people's opinions are. So make sure to leave a comment below. And with all that being said, I hope to see you guys in the next video.